Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. I am your host for today's live stream. My name is Connor and welcome to today's show. So we have a lot to cover as it has been a crazy week in the crypto market. The SEC and the US government at large is launching a full-on attack on the crypto industry here in the United States of America. So what does that mean? Is crypto done for? Is it all over? Can Bitcoin recover? Or is this just one little hump in the road towards the overall full adoption of cryptocurrency in the world at large? I'll be talking about all of this during this live stream and covering a lot. So be sure to stick with me until the very end. I do want to welcome everybody to today's live stream. I can already see we have a ton of viewers here. Thank you all for your support, for being here early and on time. Be sure to smash up that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Shout out to CR08, shout out to Elvis, shout out to Sniff and Rigoberto Chavez Jr. Let's kick things off with the crypto market overview, and then we're really going to get into the nitty gritty of everything happening right now. All right, so taking a look at the overall crypto market, altcoins got absolutely destroyed, but Bitcoin and Ethereum held up relatively well. As we see right here, Bitcoin trading for $26,000. It's only down 4.5% on the week. All right, that's really nothing, especially with what we've seen. You know, we've seen 30% candles in a day for Bitcoin. This was light work. Ethereum trading for $1,760. Again, it's only down 7.5%, 7.4% on the week. These are pretty light numbers for the two biggest assets in the crypto market. But when it comes to the altcoins, they, for the most part, got absolutely shafted. As you can see, we have BNB, which now has an open lawsuit with the SEC, down 22% on the week. Cardano also has a lawsuit with the SEC being declared as a security, down 27.5% on the week. And also Solana, another one being targeted by the SEC, down 28.8%, and then MATIC as well, down 29%, another one being actively targeted by the SEC. Now, even the coins that didn't get mentioned to be securities, Litecoin, Polkadot, they're down 18%, 15%. Most altcoins took a 15 to 20, 25%, 30% drop this past week. And yeah, it was not pretty at all, but that's just how things do seem to turn out sometimes, right? Especially with what we have going on right now in the crypto market, where we are seeing liquidity flow into Bitcoin. And that can be seen with the Bitcoin dominance chart, and this largely explains why altcoins dropped so much compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. On this Bitcoin dominance chart, as you guys know, if you've been watching my live streams for some time now, I will bring up this Bitcoin dominance chart from time to time. And over the past few months, I have been repeating myself saying that the Bitcoin dominance will come up here to 50%. All right, for around 2-3 months, it was hanging out around 47, 48% here near this range high. And this past week, it finally broke out and it's trying to touch 50% here. It did touch 49.6%. So when Bitcoin dominance goes up like this, what that means is that altcoins are being sold into Bitcoin. And that is why we saw altcoins drop so much and Bitcoin only dropped 4.5% on the week. This is how the market finds liquidity. Because you have to understand, right now, for the most part, compared to a bull market, no retail investors, traders are interested in crypto at the moment. They are out. They're not paying attention to it. What does that mean? It means that there's not a lot of liquidity at all. Liquidity's been drying up for weeks, for months now. And in order for Bitcoin to put in another move higher, it needs to get capital flown into it, injected into it from somewhere. And right now, that somewhere happens to be the altcoin market. So that's why we're seeing the altcoin carnage. And guess what, folks? It can and likely will get worse for altcoins. Why is that? Well, let me show you this chart. This is a weekly Bitcoin dominance chart. Let me explain something here. As you guys know, for Bitcoin, if we go look at the Bitcoin chart on the weekly time frame, my target for 2023 has been this yearly open at $46,000. Okay, you can see this is the 2022 yearly open price. Also, if we look here on the chart, if we look here where my arrow is pointing at around $38,000, as you see at this point in the chart, this really was the full start of the bear market, right? I mean, it was already in motion here when we saw the drop from 69K down to 30K. But this start, or this acceleration of price decline, happened at $38,000 in Bitcoin. Also, if you look at the chart, what do you have? You have a drop, you have two basing weekly candles, and then you have a large move away. All right, so we want to be able to recognize the origin of this large move and know that this is a very important technical level on the chart, $38,000. This just happens to be where Terra Luna crashed to zero, and we saw all of the carnage that ensued because of that, and that caused the decline to 15K for Bitcoin. But it started at 38K, all right? So this is a very significant level. Now on Bitcoin dominance, well, if we look at this chart, and for all of my OG subscribers here that have been with me from day one, you guys remember like my third video on my channel in 2021, when I was going over altcoin season and going over Bitcoin dominance. At that time, Bitcoin dominance was right up here at around 60%. You can go watch my old videos, like it's my third video on my channel, I believe, where I go over this and I show Bitcoin dominance, and I said it was going to break down from this range and cause the altcoin season. That's literally exactly what happened. So just as we took a look at Bitcoin at 38K, Bitcoin dominance at 60% up here, this was the origin of the move down. Okay, so that means that this is a very significant technical price level. All you need to know basically is that there's a pretty good chance right now that Bitcoin dominance can make its way back up to 60%, which means that altcoins are going to take a heck of a lot more beatings, everybody. Maybe not necessarily in their US dollar pairs, but against their Bitcoin pairs, they are most likely going to continue to take a very large beating. For example, this is BNB versus Bitcoin on the weekly price chart. This thing topped out when? December, November of 2022 at the peak of the bull market. All right, if we look at this now, it is down 52% versus Bitcoin. BNB is down 52% versus Bitcoin, and it just got to a pretty significant level on the chart as well. All right. So what that means, if Bitcoin dominance is going to go to 60%, well then we can certainly see the BNB pair drop to this level. Maybe it will hold this level as support. But all I'm trying to tell you right now, folks, is that your altcoins versus Bitcoin, it's not looking too good at all right now. Okay, so that is the reason why altcoins are down so much and Bitcoin is down so little. I hope that makes sense, everybody. Smash that like button if it does. Anyway, let me catch up with the live chat right now and see what's going on. So Sniff says, got a lawyer to represent me for my case against CoinSensus. I'm going to get my 5 ETH back. Awesome, Sniff. 5 ETH is 5 ETH. Respect for pursuing that. And Narala says, hi, Connor. Nice to see you again. What's up, Narala? Always appreciate your support. We got Jazzy. What's up, Jazzy? CRO8 says, great interview with Daniel. Very informative. Thank you, CRO. Guys, I just released a brand new video on my channel with this guy here, Crypto Daniel McEvoy. And he's a beast. He just retweeted it. But he's a 23-year-old crypto millionaire, totally self-made. Started with $5,000 at the start of the previous bull run. He turned that into 7 figures. And he basically shared a ton of his secrets with me and all of you guys in this video. Highly recommend you go and you watch it on my channel. I just uploaded it around an hour ago. It's already got 152 views. Make sure you watch that video. There's a lot of really good information in here. And while the rest of the people in the world in crypto world are focused on doom and gloom, right? Chicken Little, the sky is falling. Me and Dan, we sit down and we talk about how to actually change your life and make money actively in crypto. So I highly encourage you watch that video. I can't guarantee anything. I don't like to give guarantees on my channel. But in this case, I can guarantee that you're going to get something valuable from watching that interview. So go ahead and watch that. Shout out to CRO8 for saying that. Sniff is saying OmniFlex held up just as good as Bitcoin and ETH. Yeah, a few altcoins have. And surprisingly enough, the meme coins are holding up like the strongest compared to these large caps. So Interesting time to say the least right now. We got David W. What up, David? Michael saying, welcome back, Connor. Nice to see you back again with a big smile. Hope all is still going well with you as well as your trades. Thank you very much, Michael. Yes, all is going well right now. In terms of trading, yeah, I mean, trading is something that never stops. It's basically a perpetual hamster wheel, and I can't complain at all. It is going well. And yeah, I haven't been active in the market, like taking scalps or day trades with this most recent crash. But yeah, I mean, everything is fine. CR08 says, thoughts on monkeys at the moment, Connor? Well, yeah, we can take a look at the chart. Why not? So, taking a look at monkeys here. Let's pull up this chart, big screen. So, taking a look at this chart. This is the 12-hour. Now, this is a descending wedge, and it did technically break out from the descending wedge over here. Let me get my marker. So it broke out from the wedge over here, as you can see. Now it came back, and essentially this sell, right? This was when all the altcoins crashed on Saturday. A bunch of people just market sold their monkeys to take the price back down, right? It was putting them in kind of a solid recovery, but sold right back to the trend line. It's really kind of crazy how well these basic technical analysis concepts work with the meme coins. So monkeys came right back down to the trend line. It did make a lower low and close beneath our green zone here. All right, that's this wick from over here on May 12th. Now I'm going to point something out to you. I'm going to point out the RSI, and the reason I'm going to point out the RSI is because we do have bullish divergence. Okay, we can see on the RSI that price is getting stronger. All right, the most recent dip was 40% or 40 over here. And then let me bring up the chart again and show you this. So over here, the lower low that was just made, this one, right, it's at 40 RSI. This dip was at 38, okay, and this is a lower low. So this is bullish divergence on the 12-hour time frame, and it looks to be bouncing, put in a nice pin bar. Again, we're just going off of basic technical analysis here. This is a pin bar candle. It shows buyers stepped in and are holding this level. It's a bullish candle. Now you want to see follow through, right? Hopefully we can get this next green 12-hour candle to close above this red one. But it's not looking horrible. I mean, the market cap right now is below 10 million, which I think is a bargain. It can certainly drop lower. It just depends who's selling, right? If we get a big whale to exit and sell because he gets scared, it's going to tank the price, right? These memes are very easy to move the price and manipulate, especially if you are a large holder and you sell everything at once. It's just going to tank the price. So we're going to see how the whales hold up. You know, I'm certainly not planning on selling any down here at below a $10 million market cap. I think that's a foolish thing to do personally. Let's go take a look at Elon's list. Take a look at our guy Elon's list and see where it's at nowadays. So it's at 38.9K followers. So it's still growing. It definitely slowed down in velocity of growth, but it is still going up. But yeah, I mean, I expect this list to have hundreds of thousands of followers, 500,000 followers, 1 million followers, right? Elon himself has 143 million. Elon's been getting a ton of followers recently. Been watching that go up. But yeah, I mean, 1 million followers for the monkeys list would be less than 1% of his overall Twitter followers. It's not that hard to fathom at all. And if 1 million people are following the list, say 10% of them go ahead and buy monkeys, that will be 100,000 holders for the token. Right now the token has 9.18K holders, basically 9,180 holders. So I'm expecting massive growth for this. I don't know if this level holds. As I said in my tweet last week, 1,500 is the level to watch, okay? So if we drop a line at 1,500, like so, right here, this yellow dotted line, right? You can also see in the chart that's a pretty obvious level of support. So, I mean, 1,500 could get tagged, but I don't think there's going to be too much downside below here. One big whale sells, it'll push the price right to this level. And I mean, that's going to be like a 7, 8, maybe even like below a $7 million market cap. I think it's going to get bought up super quick. So I'm still bullish. I mean, I'm holding a ton of this. Some people might call me like deranged or crazy for not selling. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, Yazin M saying 1 video and a live stream on the same day. Legend, bro. Hey, enjoy the content, Yazin. Thank you, sir. Well, we just got a new super chat from Munir. What up, Munir? Thank you for the 6 MYR. Let's see what kind of currency is MYR. Let's take a look. I'm grateful for it. I just want to know where it's from. Malaysia. Cool. We got a homie from Malaysia in the chat today. What up, Malaysia? Smash up that like button. He says, hi, is there any hope for Uniswap? New follower here. Is there any hope for Uniswap? I think, did the SEC also call it a security? I mean, it's down 20% probably. The Uniswap token is a governance token, so it basically just is used to vote on the future of the Uniswap protocol. So it doesn't have a ton of value unless you're like a huge holder and you care about what Uniswap does. Uniswap is the go-to decentralized exchange. It's the one I use, right? A bunch of new decentralized exchanges are popping up and trying to get new users, but I mean, why would you use those if you can just use Uniswap and it's the same thing, it's trusted. You don't have to worry about connecting your MetaMask wallet to a new application and possibly getting honeypotted, stuff like that. But yeah, I like Uniswap. It's my go-to DEX, but in terms of the token, it's just good for governance. So, I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen with that token. Anyway, let me see what else is going on with this live chat. Delio says, if Solana goes to $5 and the Cardano to 18 cents, MATIC to 25 cents, and Algo to 4 cents, best believe I'm full sending it. Worst case scenario, it doesn't flourish with the USA, but it will outside of the country. Yeah, man, I agree. Crypto 101 says 90% of these top alts will be zero by 2025. So look, when it comes to what's happening in the market right now, right? Here's our guy Gary Gensler. Right, that's why I am bullish on this coin here. Let's pull it up. Even though I got dumped on by my community, I barely sold any of this. I called this at a 200K market cap several times on the channel. This is fuck Gary over here, and it went up to 1 million, and then it just got sold by everybody. So, yeah, I mean, anyway, I'm still bullish on this meme, even though it just gets pumped and dumped basically, but. I mean, I'm not selling anything. I'm just getting dumped on by everybody else. Anyways, yeah, this guy needs to go. But when it comes to all of this, right, the SEC has started an all-in political battle over crypto. Right now, I would avoid the coins that have been classified as unregistered securities, right? Algorand, Polygon, Solana, Cardano. Ripple right now. You see what happened with Ripple. They got declared as an unregistered security in 2020, and for 2 years the price has done nothing. Okay? They could win that lawsuit soon or come to a settlement, and that could pump the price, certainly, but understand, it's been 2.5 years since Ripple got declared a security, and it has done nothing. So what I would recommend is to stay away from the coins that just got declared unregistered securities, because they could end up doing nothing for quite some time. I mean, Ripple, yeah, it didn't do horrible. It had a pretty decent pump, right? It went up over here in 2021 to around $2, $1.75, from 30 cents, but so many other altcoins outperformed it. So what I would say is I would try to avoid the coins that are in the crosshairs of the SEC, and I would focus on the ones that are not. And to really be safe and just, use logic here, I would basically stick to the top dogs. The top dogs as in Ethereum, Bitcoin, and I also really like Litecoin too, because Litecoin is basically just a better version of money compared to Bitcoin. So that's my recommendation with all of these lawsuits and all of this nonsense. Now look, this is obviously a targeted attack, right? A lot of these protocols, Sandbox, Filecoin, Axie, Chiliz, Flow, ICP, Near, a lot of them just got declared unregistered securities. But yeah, this is a clear attack, and it's a shame. But at the same time, are we surprised? No, we're not surprised at all, right? What is the U.S. doing? They're trying to defend the dominance of the U.S. dollar, and they wouldn't be attacking crypto if it wasn't a threat, all right? So this just shows how scared the U.S. right? Not the people, but the people pulling the strings. It shows how scared they are of cryptocurrency, of how this technology is going to take over the world basically, and it's going to replace the power of the dollar, which does need to happen because it's a central bank currency. It's inflated to oblivion. It's manipulated, and it is power for a small group, and everybody else is just left to basically deal with the consequences of the decisions from that small group. So I mean, all in all, who said that this transition period was going to be easy? This is not unexpected to me. The U.S. is terrified, and it's just one part of the journey. It's just one part in the road to where this entire market is going. So if you're in this for a week or a month, you're not going to have a good time. Your expectations are not going to get met. But if you understand the fundamental value of cryptocurrency and why it was created in the first place, all this stuff happening right here, it should only make you more bullish. All right, if you panic sold this weekend because of this news, you are simply not going to make it, and you should probably go do something else rather than invest your hard-earned time and money in the crypto market. For anybody that panic sold this dump, I mean, I really don't know what to tell you, right? Especially on the weekend, right? That's how you know it's manipulated, if it happens on a weekend. So yeah, that's my overall stance on the SEC lawsuits. I think it's just a more bullish catalyst in the long term. Of course, in the short term, it's going to have bearish effects on the market. It's going to tank the price. What do you expect, right? And with that being said, the reason why we saw such large decreases in these altcoins was because a bunch of large firms out there got word of the news early, basically, and they just market sold their entire holdings. All right. So understand everything at play. This is an extremely fragile, delicate, and dynamic time. And just know it too shall pass, but it's going to get a little bit brutal and ugly in the short term. Now, also in the short term, if we take a look at the economic calendar, we have a super big week coming up. All right, if we look at this crypto calendar, on Tuesday, and we don't care about Tuesday. When is CPI? Let me see something. All right, CPI is on. Yeah, okay. So on Tuesday, we got FOMC. This is 2022. That's why I'm like, what the heck is going on? Let's get 2023, please. Wow, that's so weird that it just pulled up 2022. Anyways, so on June 13th, we have CPI, right? That's 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, we have 8:30 a.m. for... or 2 p.m. I mean for FOMC. This is the next interest rate decision. All right, so this is going to have a big effect right now in the market. Tuesday or Wednesday at 2 p.m. Right, we'll find out the inflation numbers Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. But Tuesday at 2 p.m. Wednesday at these dates. Wednesday at 2 p.m. we got the interest rate announcement. So that's going to be super big for the market. Speaking about that, I mean, we've been talking about this SEC drama. It's complete BS and hearsay. We all know that. Right, it doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. Yeah, what I was talking about, manipulation, right? Millions in Polygon's MATIC tokens were sent to Binance and Coinbase ahead of the 30% slide, data shows. Right, all these big firms depositing millions of dollars in MATIC to Binance so they can sell it before the news gets out. I mean, this is what we're up against, guys. You're going up against insiders with information, right? We are retail traders here. Unless you work at one of these big funds and you just happen to be watching my live stream right now, we're all retail traders, and these guys do get access to information, critical information at that early. All right, so with CPI coming up, with FOMC coming up, we usually see a ton of shenanigans in the market, scam wicks, manipulation, insiders getting access to information early. So know this and just exercise a little bit more caution this upcoming week with all of these things going on in the economic calendar. Let me catch up with this live chat and see what's going on. Monkey's holding better than all of them. Yeah, Monkey's holding up super strong. It's very impressive. It's very impressive. And we got that bullish divergence on the 12-hour too. It's looking pretty good. See if the Jeets want to sell or what's going to happen. Rigoberto says you still don't have any Litecoin add-on. That's a good one, Rigoberto. I wonder where you got that from. We got Trucker Steve in the building. Shout out to Steve Sabat, a.k.a. Trucker Steve, holding it down across the United States of America, saying hi all, taking a minute to go up to Home Depot, catching up, crazy week. Appreciate you being here, Trucker Steve. GT Nut saying hi Connor, USA/crypto or USA crypto/altcoins in my wallet cannot be banned, meaning I can off ramp in 2 years on any exchange in the country, in any country. Well, GT Nuts, yes, that is correct. All right, cryptocurrency on a blockchain cannot be confiscated unless, of course, that blockchain is centralized with its validator nodes. And this, you see Arbitrum and Solana, they're all centralized with their validator nodes. They're basically centralized blockchains. They're not decentralized. But yes, your crypto in your wallet, in your personal wallet. I mean, we saw Atomic Wallet it's a mess. Right now it's a mess. But if you keep things safe and you use the good wallets, yes, nobody can ban or touch your crypto in your possession in your wallet. Right? And that means you'll be able to sell it, exchange it. You can send it off whenever you want. So yeah, just use an exchange for what it is, an exchange, right? Buy something and take it off, withdraw it to your wallet. But yeah, if you own it, nobody can touch it. That's just the way it is. Let's see. We got Jazzy saying, what's up, legend? Is INJ also one of the coins you'd avoid during these times? Well, Jazzy, no, it's not, because I didn't see them mentioned anywhere with these SEC lawsuits and unregistered securities and stuff like that. So it did take a bit of a beating over here, as we see. Currently trading at $5.65. Certainly did take a huge beating. But with that being said, it is not declared a security by the SEC. So it is something that you can focus on. Certainly is. Right? Now, if we take a look at INJ here, when I first covered it, it was around here, 250 to 3. So, I mean, it's still up substantially, but you can't ignore what the chart is telling you right now, right? Market structure breaks, lower highs. It does not look good. It does not look good. We are in a nice demand zone here on the daily time frame, right? This goes back to early April. Price trying to hold. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bounce back up maybe into here towards 650. But yeah, this does look like it can come back down to into the 4s and 3s. I would not be surprised to see it drop into the 4s and 3s from this point. If you pull a trend line, right, pull this line, oof, yeah, guys, like, come on, it's not looking too good. That trend line I just pulled connecting here, we got this low. Right, we got this low, we got this low, broke the trend line here, retested, rejected off of it, impulse move up, retested again at the start of June, rejection, now we break all the lows, and yeah, it's the start of, these higher time frame trend line breaks like this, they're not to be ignored at all. Speaking of the higher time frame trend line breaks, over here on Friday, June 9th, I was looking at the total market cap, right, showing this chart, and long story short, right, so it broke the daily trend line, and basically I said, what did I say here? The chart is bearish, no need to sugarcoat anything. When a daily trend line like this gets broken, it's a higher time frame technical signal that should not be ignored. If you guys want to learn how to catch the tops of moves, it's super simple. It's not rocket science at all. You just got to be able to pull up the higher time frame chart and be able to spot the break. All right. So if we look at the total market cap, essentially we were at a breaking point. This was fully coiled up. This is the total market cap. This is all the money in the crypto market, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and every altcoin. Right. This thing was coiling up super hard at around $1.1 trillion. This is the support trend line I was referring to. This goes back to the start of 2023, right? This is a daily time frame. You tested once over here on the March crash, and then basically we form this downward sloping resistance line, and we catch up with the support trend line from the start of the year. This is a 6-month line now. we were at the apex. Well, long story short, we rejected off of resistance and then broke through support. So I saw that, as you can see from my first image, right? Before the actual breakdown happened, I saw this break and I was like, yep, this is coming down, okay? And that's exactly what happened. If you can spot these higher time frame trendline breaks, right, over and over and over and over again. I remember in the start of 2022, all the altcoins, they were breaking their 1 year bull market trend lines. Like every single one of them was breaking their bull market trend lines. And that was it. That was the top. So if you guys want to learn how to spot these tops, well then start drawing your trend lines on the higher time frames, and it's not rocket science. It's pretty easy. But yeah, this total market cap, looking at this chart, we're holding the bottom of this red zone here is at 1 trillion. Now, this loses 1 trillion. We got a big correction coming, ladies and gentlemen. We got a correction back down here to 900 billion. All right, down here. This is where it's coming next, and it certainly does look like it's going to lose 1 trillion, but it has not lost it yet, okay? That's the bottom of this red zone here. It already pierced through it. If it can somehow manage to hold, this is what we have to look out for in this upcoming few weeks, right? And we want to see if the Bitcoin or the total market cap is going to break 1 trillion and continue down, or if it can put in a recovery and break this resistance. Okay, then eventually make a higher high past this level over here at 1.14 trill. Right, if it can start doing these things, then we're in for a recovery. But the way that it looks right now, it certainly looks like it wants to continue falling, right? Maybe it comes back and tests the line again, and then it goes to 900 bill. But the way it looks right now, the chart is bearish. There's no way to put it. It's bearish. Unless it puts in some kind of miraculous recovery and starts breaking these levels to the upside, well then it's going to get uglier here, okay? That's the overall market. Let me see. Rigoberto says, Coinbase getting Gary for insider trading, setting up shorts on Bitcoin before delivering big news and watching market drop. Yeah, I mean, that was obvious, right? Crypto Cash says, with all these U.S. exchanges being attacked, how can we send our cash ever back to our banks if needed? So you bring up a good point, Crypto Cash, right? They literally want to destroy all of the on and off ramps into crypto. They do not want U.S. citizens having exposure to the crypto market. Why is that? Well, let's put on our thinking caps for a second and figure out why they want that. Well, maybe it gives us, some level of freedom over our money and sovereignty, and why don't they want that for us? Now we're going to open up a big can of worms that I'm not going to get into during this live stream. But if you have any sense of awareness on what's going on in the world today, it should be extremely obvious of why they want to do this. And yes, that means they're going to attack the on-off ramps. They're going to make it super hard for you to get your money out of the crypto market and back into your actual bank account. And this is going to deter most of the people in the U.S. from having any exposure to this market. So it's very interesting times right now. I mean, if you believe in this stuff and you're a real one, you're going to stick through it. But I wouldn't be surprised. Most casuals already left. That's pretty obvious. But I wouldn't be surprised to see some more casuals go ahead and leave the market altogether. Because for exact reasons like you said, they're scared that they're not going to be able to get their money out of their Coinbase account and back into their bank account. So what I would say is, work very hard and make sure you have enough money in your bank account so that you don't have to withdraw your crypto to your bank account. But obviously that gets complicated because everybody has a different circumstance. But focus on yourself and focus on what you can control. Let me see. We got Moby Sage in here. What up, Moby? Sniff says, this one YouTuber I sub to named GDLT says Bitcoin might go down to 9K. He's a general in the XRP army. Sniff, no offense, my man, but listen, a general in the XRP army, like, I don't necessarily care what he has to say. All right? He's drinking the Kool-Aid, my man. Yeah. Bitcoin 9K, that's a stretch. That is a big stretch. We haven't even gone over. Let's go over Bitcoin, guys. Yeah, Bitcoin to 9K, in my opinion, is some kind of hearsay. Now look, let's talk about if we're going to see new lows. What needs to happen if Bitcoin will come down here and break below, you know, the lows down here at $15,500? What needs to happen for Bitcoin to break these levels? Well, it's very simple. In order for Bitcoin to break these levels, it needs to break this, right? It needs to break the March 10th low. And that happens to be over here at 19,500 bucks. All right, so if Bitcoin loses 19,500 bucks, then yes, I would expect 15K to get lost, and then we could possibly see, you know, at 14K, at 12K, 9K is certainly a stretch. That's asking for a lot, but everything in the market is probabilities. I would say there's probably like a 0.5% chance that we see 9K. Could happen. Could be very wrong, but there's a very low probability that it does happen. But yeah, if we're going to even see these lows get tested, well then obviously Bitcoin needs to break below 19.5. Let's say we come down to 20 and we hold and we start pushing back up. I would not expect new lows at that point. Obviously, this is all going to play out over the next few months, so it's not going to happen tomorrow. You got time. But new lows are not on the table for me right now. Plain and simple, right? In my opinion, this is still the bottom down here. I still think we go up this year. As Dre just said in the live chat, they're trying to shake you out, Empire. Don't let them scare you. I certainly agree, right? They are trying to shake you out. So for me, 9K is complete insanity. Now, with that being said, what needs to happen if we're going to go ahead and, you know, push up higher? Well, obviously, we need to break the 30K level to the upside, right? If we stay below 30K, then we're just going to be chopping around all year long and nothing's going to happen. Chop, chop, chop. Chop and slop, as I like to call it, right? Stuff like this. So my target right now for this current downwards move is this demand zone. Right, 24,600 bucks down to 23,900. Right, we got this nice rally-based rally demand zone. If we also look over here, it's a pretty obvious level of structure, higher time frame structure on the chart. So yeah, this is my level for Bitcoin to drop down to here. This hole I expect it to get filled. And then from there, I'd like to see this hold as support and start pushing back up. We're going to see how price reacts from this level currently. But yeah, I mean, in terms of new lows, not happening for me right now unless this low gets lost down here at 20K. And if we're going to see higher prices, well, then we clearly need to get back up and we need to break 30K. If we do that, then everything is on the table for higher, including this over here, which is the 2002 yearly open of $46,000. Now, let's take a look at ETH. So ETH higher time frame, again, it hasn't necessarily broken critical structure yet. It's holding up way better than these altcoins, right? Critical structure break for ETH would be coming down here to 1684 and losing it. That happens, yeah, things can get pretty ugly, but we are above that right now. We just tested this demand zone. Now ETH, remember when it was below 1,000 back in 2022? Again, I don't think we get these prices again at this point. I'm pretty bullish. My bullish outlook hasn't really changed too much. I mean, it's certainly, obviously, I'm aware of what's going on. Obviously, I understand the consequences of everything happening right now. But at the same time, I understand that crypto is a global market. This is a global market that the SEC is like the big, or the U.S. market is the biggest market in the world. I know that the SEC, you know, doing this definitely hurt things. But we got a lot of people in a lot of countries out there that don't give a F what the SEC has to say. And neither do I, and I live in the U.S. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still holding a bullish outlook on things personally. Just taking a look at what's happening with the monkeys over here. We'll see. Sniff saying, guys, don't sleep on precious metals. I'm buying 5.56 and 9mm. Me and you both, brother. Stocked up. Yes, sir. Don't neglect that. Sniff is absolutely right. And if you don't got one yet, I recommend you go ahead and start that process and get prepared for the boogaloo. I know I'm prepared. We'll see what happens. All right, a lot of stuff to prepare for over here. Anyway, Zaki Jamil saying, what do you think about ICP? Anyway, let me finish ETH. Looking at ETH. So, again, our March 10th crash over here, $1,370, right? That's a super low price. That's a big drop from the current price. It's quite a big drop over here. You know, we're looking at a 22% correction to the March low. All right, and then, you know, people are calling for $800 Ethereum again. Well, it needs to drop 20%, and then it needs to lose this level, because even if it drops the 22%, this level can hold. Okay, this could be a bottom, right? If it comes down here, sweeps it, grabs the liquidity, and pushes up, that could be the bottom. If you want to see these again, well, you need to see a convincing break of this level. All right, so don't be blinded by bearish euphoria. The bears are coming out right now, and they're coming out and they're super strong, saying that we're going to get this and that and the other thing. I would not be blinded by the bearish euphoria right now. Now, on the shorter term time frames, we have a bit of a range playing out on ETH, right? We had the major move down from the mid 1800s down here to the low 1700s. We bounce up, all right? So this forms a nice range. I put my fib on the chart to make this range. This is range high, or this is range low down here, and this is range high. So just as, if you guys haven't watched this video yet, by the way, this Monday range trading strategy, you need to watch that video. I don't know what the heck you're waiting for if you haven't watched that one yet. It's really going to help out your trading. But similar to the Monday range style, right, when we're trading a range, we wait for the sweep of the high like something like this, and this is a short, all right? And it already kind of played out back to the mid-range now. But I will be looking for now is a move to the range low. And I would look for a sweep of that, right? And this could be a long opportunity. Now, just to prove to you how well the Monday range strategy does work, and it's such a simple, easy strategy, we'll look at BTC because BTC played it perfectly. Let's throw it up on the chart. So we're about to get a new Monday range to form. Our daily and weekly candle closes in 45 minutes right now. But if we look at Bitcoin this past week, we have our Monday range low down here, Monday range high over here. Well, what happened? Well, price had a huge drop. It was consolidating. What did it do? It went down and it swept the low. All right? What do? You look along the sweep of the low. That's my strategy, at least the deviation. All right? Comes up. Where does it pump to? Well, right to the Monday high. What does it do? It sweeps it back in. All right? So if you haven't watched this video yet, it's just such an easy style, and it happens every single week. So go ahead and watch that video. And then, yeah, over here, yesterday, Saturday, we had yet again another sweep of the low. You long the sweep of the low, bang, solid profit, good trade right there. So, yeah, watch this video. It's going to help you out. And also watch this new video on how to get rich with airdrops with Crypto Dan, an absolute legend. Go ahead and check that out. All right, now what do I think about ICP? Well, I went over Bitcoin and ETH. Again, my target for Bitcoin right now, $24,650. Quite a big range, but yeah, I mean, it's a clear demand zone that you shouldn't ignore. Now, ICP. What do I think about ICP right now? Well, let's throw up a range. Throw up the range, and on the shorter time frames, I would look to play this range, right? So if it comes down to the low, it goes beneath it, but closes the candle above, I would long it back up to the high. Vice versa, if it comes up to the high and then pierces it, but comes back in and closes the candle inside, you short it back to the low. But that's on the shorter term time frames. Just went full screen by accident. Now, ICP on the higher time frames, it looks toast. It looks absolutely toast here. This is not a good look at all. It literally came down and it tested it broke the lows. It broke the lows, guys. This is a market structure break. We're at our low price over here. This is in December. The low price was $3.35. And this low price was, yeah, so it was 0.7 cents lower. Sniff just gave us a $4 or $5 super chat from our man Sniff. What up, Sniff? Which major altcoin do you see coming up? That Arbitrum one got me 1K. What do you mean, like coming up as an increase in price? And you mean Arbitrum airdrop? If that the question is kind of unclear, Sniff. Can you please clarify in the live chat? Thank you. ICP looks toast. We'll see on the weekly. I mean, this is a weekly sweep. Yeah, it's not looking good, bruv. Let's put on a log scale for everybody so our trend lines make sense. It's not looking good, bruv. Yeah, looks horrible. Now, usually when you come down and you sweep a low like this, you're gonna expect some kind of bounce, especially after all the FUD we just had. So if you're gonna sell here, you're doing it totally wrong. You're probably selling the bottom. So I do not recommend at all to sell any ICP if you own it here, right? Because again, you're probably selling the bottom if you do that. In terms of buying down here, you got to understand that this thing launched in the middle of the bull market, and it was like a total cash grab launch. Right, it launched over here at $250. It's currently $3.60. So, yeah, it was a cash grab. It's hard to recover from something like that. I mean, you're at the bottom now, so if you want a DCA, you can do that, but I'm not focused on this. Also, with that being said, I'm pretty sure the SEC just said that they're a security. I believe so. Can we get a confirmation, please? Confirmation in the live chat. Yeah, ICP right here. They're a security, so I mean, I would avoid any of these that are listed. Airdrop, yeah, so airdrop, Sniff, I mean, my man. Watch this video. This dude's literally a 23-year-old crypto millionaire. Telling you that he's getting rich from crypto airdrops. I mean, Layer 0 is the main one right now. Layer 0. You also got ZK Sync and Starknet, and then some other niche ones. But yeah, Layer 0 is what you need to be focusing on. I already made a guide on it. You should know that, Sniff. But anyways, thank you for that $4.99 super chat. I appreciate your support, my man. Yeah, so listen, Zaki Jamil, I would avoid anything associated right now with the SEC's lawsuit. There's a lot of coins out there, and I would just focus on the ones that ain't listed being targeted by the SEC. Dre says he's been buying a lot of the goods since early 2020. Got quite a collection so far. Let's go, Dre. Thoughts on Arbitrum? Good question, Elvis. So, Arbitrum right now. Now, if you guys already watched this video with Crypto Dan, he went into some details about how Arbitrum doesn't have any VC unlocks for another 9 months. Okay, so the VCs cannot go ahead and sell their early investment for another 9 months, which means that it's probably a good token to focus on right now, because we can't get dumped on by the insiders for another 9 months. All right, so knowing this, yeah, it's decent. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. There's not a lot to go off with this chart because the price literally went straight up. Right, the price literally went straight up. So what I could do right here is I can take some fib extension levels like this. And I could use these fib extension levels as my targets because, you know, this green candle over here doesn't really give me a lot of information on what levels to watch out for. But we got our 0.27 at 90 cents. Okay, so if I'm going to buy any, I'm using these fib levels. And then this is doubtful, but possible. 65 cents. That's the 0.618 extension level. That's doubtful. I doubt that would happen, but it is possible. Now let me take this level. See what we got. Okay, so on this, you know, we just touched the 0.27 at 92. Yeah, I like 90, 92 again. Like, let's say that the Arbitrum price comes. This is a good coin to buy right now, right? They're not being targeted by the SEC. We know the insiders can't dump for another 9 months. It's a layer 2 for ETH. It's got the narrative. It's bullish. So if it comes down and sweeps this low of the wick, right, and then you see like a daily candle close back above 90 cents, I would buy a ton of it and trade it back up here to maybe $1, $1.25. You know, you catch a nice solid gain, right? You can catch like 20%, 30%, and that's a good trade. You don't even have to use any leverage. But yeah, when the market gets going, I think Arbitrum is going to rip very hard. Not as hard as Monkeys, right? Monkeys has got the biggest potential right now, in my opinion, of most of these alts because of that Elon factor. Elon drives liquidity. He just does. But yeah, ARB, 90, 92 cents again. That's a good level. Just use the fib extensions. Shout out to Morel1. What up, Morel? Or Morel Orel. What up, Morel Orel in the live chat. Moti saying the Monkeys tribe still loves you. Shout out to the Monkeys tribe. MD, Tenet and Phantom. So Tenet getting smoked at the moment. As you see, it's holding the golden pocket as support. I already pulled the fib. I was looking at this one. Okay, so if we attach the fib to the 29-cent high to the low down here at like 2 cents, well, we can see that it's holding the golden pocket as support. We don't want to see it lose this level. If it loses this level, it can go to the next level. All right, so we really want to see this hold as support on Tenet. Now, Phantom FTM. Smoked, huh? Destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Again, going back to the higher time frame trendline breaks, you cannot ignore them. They literally tell you when the top is, like every single time. Phantom, if you guys have been watching my channel, even just from the start of the year over here in 2023, I've had these parabolas on my charts because a lot of the coins were going parabolic at the start of the year. Well, what happened when Phantom broke its parabolic trend in February of 2023 this year? It marked the top, all right? So, I mean, yeah, I'm just explaining how the higher time frame levels just always seem to work out. But now FTM, it was trading in this descending wedge, right? This was bullish coming into this support zone, this demand zone here in the higher time frame. It did look good for a break move higher, but you know, the SEC happened and that didn't happen, and it just sold off super hard back down to this daily demand level at 21 cents. Now, let me see the yearly open for Phantom. Okay, so the yearly open is not too far. It's down here at 20 cents. But we already got the test of demand in that wick. Let's go to the lower time frame. So, it looks like we just swept the high of the range. Again, we take a range high and a range low. We have, no, let's go to the other one. Put on our 50% range measurement. So again, the fact that price just came up here and it swept the high like this, this looks like it would be a short to the low. 3% risk to, so a decent risk reward. You want to you cut it quick, and ideally, you know, you get a better entry too. If you enter now, it's a much worse risk reward compared to, let's say you got in at the close of the 1 hour reverse pin bar here, right? You know, you really need to monitor the price action if you're going to trade. This is day trading basically, so you need to be like staring at your screen. But you know, when you see this 1 hour candle close like this, a long wick lower, small little body that's red, you know that's bearish, right? So that's a short. You want to enter right when you see that candle close, and you know you get a way better entry, only risking like 1.6%. But yeah, Phantom on the lower time frames swept the range high. Testing the daily open right now. You know, just use the obvious levels to take profit if you short this. Obviously not financial advice, but you know, 23.57, 23.28, then the mid-range, and then the range low down here. Use these as your targets if you're going to take this trade. But yeah, on the shorter time frames, it looks bearish. On the higher time frames, you know, maybe it takes another test, another stab lower, and puts in some bullish divergence. This is what I would be looking for now. I would be looking, just as I said, you know, higher time frame trendline breaks mark the tops. What marks the bottom is usually weekly or daily 3-day bullish divergence. So in order for that to happen, Phantom would need to go ahead and make a lower low. Maybe it comes down and it tests the yearly open at 20 cents. And I would just look for the RSI to be making higher lows. And that would be the sign that the bottom is in. I'll be looking out for that on like the 12-hour, the 6-hour time frames to spot it early. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Phantom come down to 20, test the yearly open. I would look for signs of a bottom, and then I would call the bottom from there. Litecoin. Let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin over here. So again, man, Litecoin was holding strong. I was proud of Litecoin for a little bit, but what happened was my pride got the best of me. And I was like, man, this thing's holding so strong above the trend line. It's not going to break it. Like, it was up here 89, 88 bucks, just consolidating, just chopping, trading in a very narrow range. And then what happened? We got the Saturday sell-off and then sliced through the line like butter. Came all the way down here to $73, 74 bucks. Yeah, not a good look when it breaks the line like this. You really want to see it hold like previous times. Again, you don't ignore these daily time frame trendline breaks. That is a bad look. Now, with that being said, you already tested this demand zone. You got your yearly open at 70. Yeah, 70 is the level. 70 is the level, folks. If you don't have any Litecoin, I would go put, not financial advice, but I would go put some limit orders on exchanges right now, and I would look to get as much as you, not financial advice, get as much as you possibly can at $70. Right? When it comes to the future of money and what has the best chance to actually be used, Litecoin. Built-in privacy as well. Yeah, super bullish on this coin. Don't forget, to all the meme coin investors out here, the only way to mine Dogecoin is by mining Litecoin. They merged the mining. Litecoin is extremely, extremely bullish. And we know Elon is still infatuated with Dogecoin. How does he get more Dogecoin? He mines Litecoin, right? So I would not again fade Litecoin. Zaki Jamil says, you think any of the cryptos SEC mentioned will recover this, or we need to wait for them to win the case like XRP? Good question, Zaki. I kind of brought up this point earlier. It could be bad. I mean, they can still see some positive price appreciation, but I wouldn't expect them to pump as hard as the coins that aren't being targeted. So I would just, avoid those that got targeted. D-Jenny says he's nearing 10K rows. How much rows do you think we need for 30K at peak of the bull run? Good question, Moby. To answer, I'll be going to thecoinperspective.com to compare some market caps. So let's look up rows over here. So you have 10,000 rows. Where's my calculator? All right, so you got... all right, there's a calculator right here, actually. So, 10,000 you have. It's currently worth 400. Not to put you on the spot right now, Moby, but you said some numbers, so we're going to put you on the spot. All right, so Moby, right now you own $434 of Oasis Rose. Now, what was your question? You want 30K. Okay, so if Rose, I don't know, this goes to 20x, which is 87 cents, you'll have 8K. Okay, so you'll need it to go to like $1.50, I believe. Never really used this before, but I'm trying to go on the spot. So at $1.50, it's a 33x. 0.5 times 10,000. That's going to be what, 15K? Yeah, okay. So you needed to go to $3 if you want 30K, Moby. $3 from here. I mean, really, you know, my target is like, I'll be happy at $1. I'll be happy with the 20x. You know, with the amount that I have, that would make me a wealthy individual. So, yeah, you needed to go to $3 if you want 30K, Moby. Is that possible? It is possible. Yeah, it's possible. Sniff says the SEC seems to stay clear from the Cosmos coins. Yes, they do. They go after easy targets. Shout out to Woody Herzog in the live stream. What's up, Woody? Good to see you. CR08 says monkeys is the answer to financial freedom. Yeah, I mean, I'm bullish. Certainly bullish on monkeys. We got Michael with us today. Michael asking, can you please review Sui? We certainly can. So Sui, another new coin. I'm not really sure what the unlocks right now are like. It's certainly very vital information to have on hand. But yeah, this thing is low. As that song goes, low, 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 low. It's a throwback. I forget the name of it. Flow Rida. All right, so right now, if we take a fib measurement, set the golden pocket. It's a pretty good level to bid. 60 cents. I mean, yeah, this is not bad, but maybe it comes down to 40 or anywhere in between. I think this would probably serve you well if you buy it anywhere between here, between 40 and 60. Obviously, the lower the better, but yeah, I mean, it certainly looks like it's about to lose the golden pocket, but yeah, after you drop big like this, now after you drop 60%, everybody gets scared and they think it's going to go lower, and what happens, that's when you usually get the violent bounce, and everybody who sold the bottom is just like, what happened, right? They just got shafted. So that's why I said it doesn't look bad to buy now, because like so many people, I haven't bought any Sui. I covered it earlier on. I said get as close to $1. I never actually bought any, right? If you would know if I did, especially my Discord, but I never bought any Sui. But you know, people bought it up here around $1. It comes down here to 60 cents, 52 cents. They're down 40%. They sell. Guess what happens when they sell? That liquidity pushes the price up. All right? One man's bottom sell is another man's financial freedom. All right? So that's why you don't want to sell after a 60% move lower from high to low. Little lesson for you. You don't want to be the one selling the bottom. It's not a good feeling. So yeah, I mean, Sui can certainly be bottomed here. Could drop a little bit lower. I think anywhere in this range could treat you pretty well. But we'll see what happens. Zaki, yeah, we covered Bitcoin dominance at the start of the live stream. I'm assuming you missed it, but I talk about how Bitcoin dominance is pushing up here, and I talk about this level over here at 60% too. So yeah, go ahead and watch that after the stream ends at the beginning if you want to check that out. Let's see. Dre says, I know you don't have a crystal ball, but when do you see another NFT bull run? I asked because I sold a little blur, but I'm not looking to see how long I may have to hold to sell the rest. When gaming pops off, I think we're going to see an NFT bull run, and that could be within, a year or so. So, yeah, I think gaming is going to have a big come up, and that could be an NFT bull run period too. Delio says, Litecoin is one that is not deemed a security. No, sir. Litecoin is not deemed a security. Litecoin is issued just like Bitcoin is issued. Through fair mining, there was no pre-mine, no pre-sale. Litecoin cannot be touched. Litecoin cannot be touched, all right? It's probably one of the most bullish cryptos out there. Proof of work. What up, Super Shogun? All the way from Melbourne, Australia. Hope you're having a good day, my man. We're actually just about to wrap this live stream up right now. We've been going for well over an hour, and we covered a lot of information here today. But again, guys, stay strong. Don't panic sell the bottom. Follow me on Twitter. Watch my new video with Crypto Dan over here. Good video. You get a ton of value from it. And yeah, I'll be coming at you this week with a lot of fresh content. Isn't Litecoin fork of Bitcoin? Yeah, I mean, they just changed a few things and increased the block size and stuff like that. But they also have some advancements over Bitcoin, such as Nimble Web, privacy technology, MWeb built in. So you got the optional privacy. And I just mentioned how the only way to mine Dogecoin is by mining Litecoin. Bitcoin does not have merge mining with Dogecoin, but Litecoin does. So yes, it is very similar to Bitcoin, but it's faster, lower transaction fees, and as built-in privacy, and you mine Dogecoin automatically when you mine Litecoin. So in my opinion, it's more bullish than Bitcoin. But yeah, I think it has a very bright future ahead. Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Remember, if you want an exchange to trade on that uses no KYC, that has major withdrawal limits, and you also get discounted fees for life when you go ahead and sign up with my link down in the description below, check out BitGet, all right? And again, if you use my link, you will get a ton of sign-up bonuses and discounted fees for life. No KYC, big withdrawal limits, good liquidity. Check out BitGet. If you want to join the Discord, you know where to find me. CryptoEmpireCode.io. You got the banner going down the bottom of the screen. Go to my website and check it out. Get yourself in the Crypto Empire Premium Discord. With that being said, we are going to wrap up this video. Thank you all for being here. I hope that you did enjoy the show today. We covered a lot from all of the drama in the SEC. What do we expect? We knew they were going to attack it. We know they're scared of crypto. We know they're desperately trying to keep their power. But in the end, good will prevail and evil will lose. And we know these people are literally evil and corrupt. So I know where I'm placing my bets. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you all this week with some more fresh content. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday evening. Shout out to everybody on the other side of the world. It's already Monday morning for you. Have a great start to your week, and I'll see you later on. Connor from Crypto Empire.